Hi guys, it's Teresa, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with another book haul, which pains me to say because I've literally spent so much money in books in recent months, it's unreal, but this is simultaneously the start of my book buying ban, so I'm announcing it in a video to make it official because I literally have so many unread books at this point that I will never get through them. And also, unfortunately, this month I've been in a reading slump, so I've been like really unmotivated to pick up any of them. It is like 3/4 of the way through April already, and I have only read like 3.5 books. So this is in no way justified. So I am hauling these books for you now and telling you about them, but then I am cutting myself off. If everything goes well, there will not be a May book haul. Hopefully, at least for the whole month of May, I will stick with that, and also obviously for the rest of April. So that would be great. That's my goal because I need to save some money for other things like food. But anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the first book I've shown you guys before in my spring TBR, and I've actually already finished it by now, and that is What Alice Forgot by Liane Moriarty. It is a contemporary novel, and it follows this woman called Alice who is 39, and she's going to the gym and she hits her head really hard, causing her to forget the last 10 years of her life. And 10 years ago she was just pregnant with her first child, she was super in love with her new husband Nick, and now she realizes like at 39 her life has changed like so much. She and Nick are having marital problems. She has 3 children by now, none of which she remembers, which is just like a crazy thought. And overall she kind of feels like she has turned into a total bitch, like she has alienated the most important people in her life, and she just doesn't recognize herself at all, basically. And so yeah, it kind of goes from there, her trying to make sense of this new life that she has now suddenly discovered for herself, basically, and also trying to regain memories at the same time as trying to work on her marriage. So yeah, the premise, someone has commented this on my spring TBR, and I was like, oh, you're right, because they were saying like this is the same premise as Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella, which I've actually read but didn't draw the connection somehow. But yes, basically the premise is the same thing, except that Liane Moriarty is a better author than Sophie Kinsella. No shade. And so if you're interested in this general premise, I definitely recommend this one over the other, but we'll talk about that more in my wrap-up. If you've seen my spring TBR, you heard me talk about how I'm in a crazy contemporary mood, so I'm just quickly gonna show you the rest of my contemporary novels that I purchased to sort of satiate that desire to read more contemporaries. And the next 3 books are all by Liane Moriarty as well. The first is called 3 Wishes, and I think as far as I can tell from the back, this book follows 3 women, and they are triplets actually, but they lead very different lives. And it says at some point, like the night of their 34th birthday dinner, home truths are revealed and things are said that can't be taken back. It definitely sounds like kind of more in the vein of like what The Husband's Secret or something like that, so I'm looking forward to this. Next I have The Hypnotist's Love Story, and this one is about a hypnotherapist who falls for a guy whose ex-girlfriend is stalking him, and my favorite line of the like synopsis is, intrigued, Ellen finds herself longing to meet this woman without realizing that she already has. Ooh. It sounds really up my alley. I'm hoping to not be too creeped out by it because stalkers are like, it's just like, I don't know, it just creeps me out so much, so I'm excited to read this though. And finally, by her, I have The Last Anniversary, which is about 2 sisters that have found an abandoned baby and taken it in, and then years later, one of them has passed away, of the sisters, and a newcomer like moves into their home, I guess. And the other sister starts to question like if she made the right decision all those years ago, and then there's also something about a secret that's about to be revealed. So yeah, definitely excited for these. But as I've said before, I will probably pace myself a little with these because these are the last 3 books, oh my god, I'm never reading them, the last 3 books that I have not yet read by Liane Moriarty, so I need to like not blaze through them too quickly and like save some for later as well. And then the last contemporary, I guess, no, it's not the last contemporary, but it's the last one I've shown before in that spring TBR, and that's My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella. This is about a woman who's working a low-level marketing job, but she apparently has like this really cool Instagram feed where she just like posts pictures of stuff that she sees around London, pretending it's like she who's doing it or whatever. She also has a boss who's like really strict and who she thinks has the perfect life, and then she kind of gets fired from her job and also like moves back to the countryside, I think, and then she also like her boss somehow ends up there as well, and then she starts realizing that her boss's life isn't also quite as perfect as she had thought previously. So I thought it was going to be more focused on the aspect of like having a perfect online, a perfect seeming life online, and how that isn't always necessarily completely representative of your actual life. But it seems like that is just like a tiny little aspect of it, and as I've said before, I've read 80 pages so far and I'm not really feeling it. I find it very generic. It's literally like every single Sophie Kinsella book ever. The main protagonist is the same person we've met 1,000 times before. So I don't know when and if I'll get around to finishing this. But yeah, I guess we will see. Let me know if you've read this book before, if it does get better, or if you have the same experience or had the same experience that I am having with it. Next, if you follow me on Instagram at Avenues with 2 E's, you might have seen these already because sometimes I do like unboxings on my Insta stories when I feel like it. I also talk about random stuff, so my life, whatever. So if you're curious, go and follow me, link in the description. Self-plug over, but basically I ordered myself a whole bunch of Japanese Detective Conans from Japan because I have been meaning to continue, and I thought like before I'm gonna spend like $7 on the German one, I might as well order them in Japanese so that I can practice like my Japanese. I think I paid $40 for all of these. It wasn't that expensive and I'd much rather have them in Japanese. Also, I don't think that the German translations are even published yet all the way to 94, so I'm just so excited. Let me show you the covers individually. So this is volume 88. 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, and finally 94. And this has been the main fear-inducing thing in my childhood, is that face as it appears in Detective Conan's, and just, oh, it's so good. But anyway, I'm super excited to get into these, and again, I have to pace myself, I think, a little bit, but I'm excited to read them. So yeah. So next I have a book that I've heard no one talk about ever and I just found it because of the author. So I was reading The Crane Stands earlier this month by Meg Howry, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And so I thought I should order everything else she's ever written because I want to read more by her. The Crane Stands is an adult novel, but this is a YA novel that she has written. It's called Blind Sight by Meg Howry. Duh. I think it's a coming-of-age story. And it says, 17-year-old Luke Prescott has been brought up in a bohemian matriarchy, surrounded by his divorced new-age mother, his religious grandmother, and 2 precocious half-sisters. He's writing his college applications when his father, a famous television star, invites him to Los Angeles for the summer. And then he spends time there. It sounds like another book I read this month, My Favorite Manson Girl, because it's also about just like a teenager getting randomly to go to LA and spending like time there. I'm excited to read it. I think the cover is fantastic. I absolutely love it, and I love Meg Howry's style of writing, so I'm hoping to get to this soon, and I'll definitely let you know what I think. This is Flying Too High, a Fran Fisher mystery by Carrie Greenwood, book 2 to Miss Fran Fisher Investigates. If you've seen my March Mystery Madness wrap-up, you've heard me talk about the first book in the series. I thought it was really witty, really fun, really lighthearted, but also kind of feminist and cool, so I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to enjoy this too. I'm a little bit bummed because these books are so short. This has about, let me see, 170 pages, and it's still like $10 to buy it, so I'm like, it's kind of expensive for what you get for it, but the covers are really cool. I like the art style, and I like the story itself as well, so, you know. I won't just like binge buy them though, like that's not gonna happen. Then we have a couple, and by couple I mean 4 non-fiction books, but before we get into those I'm gonna talk about a new release that is stunning and fantastic and that I pre-ordered, and I'm so excited about it because, oh my god, this author has also instantly become a new favorite, and the book is Circe by Madeline Miller. She's also written The Song of Achilles, which I also read last month, sorry, and adored, and this is a retelling of the myth of Circe, so I'm here for it. And also, whenever I would see a picture of the cover, I was disappointed because I didn't like it, but now that it's here, it looks so like luxurious almost. It's stenciled, I don't know how you say that, but it's like, you can feel it has texture, the color is stunning, it's like shiny, and I love it. So I'm excited to read this as well. And finally, let's just get into the non-fiction books that I've bought. Some are a little bit random and some are just have been in the making for a little bit, like the first one, and that is Into the Wild by Jon Krakauer. I read Into Thin Air by him in February? I can't remember, but sometime earlier this year, and I loved it. Oh my god. And I've heard like really great things about this book as well. I don't know the twist. I think there's a twist. I don't know how it ends, so don't spoil me, please. This, as far as I know, is about a man who in 1992 went off into the Alaskan wild, and then 4 months later he was found starved to death. And Jon Krakauer kind of puts together his life, basically, or like pieces together his life in this book. It's also been made into a movie, which I also haven't seen, so I'm just excited for it. I'm just excited for it. Then we have one that I've also heard like a lot about and I've been meaning to buy, and that is Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory? I feel like in every video these days there's a word I just cannot pronounce to save my life. Anyway, this is by Caitlin Doughty, who's actually a YouTuber. Her channel is called Ask a Mortician, and I've only watched about 2 videos by her, I think. Which was probably on like the dead bodies on Mount Everest because of Into Thin Air. But anyway, I've heard really great things about her books. It's definitely like morbid curiosity driving me to read about these topics, because I think it's just like about her, like, I don't know, different short stories about things that she has encountered in her work, and it sounds really interesting and I can't wait to read it. Second to last, we have a bit of a random one that I just bought because I wanted to educate myself a little bit more on the topic. I think it was after reading 1,000 Splendid Suns. It's not like directly related, it's directly related, never mind. But this is The Looming Tower, Al-Qaeda's Road to 9/11 by Lawrence Wright. This is a chunker of a book. I didn't think it was gonna be this long, but wait, there's like 1,000 pages of bibliography, so it's not that bad. It's 420 pages, okay, I can work with that. And it's got pictures in the middle. And yeah, I don't know, I just like know like the bare bones of obviously what happened 9/11, but I like want to know more. And I think this book sounds really interesting, and so I got it. Let me know if you've read it. What do you thought of it? And finally, I have The Accusation by Bandy, Forbidden Stories from Inside North Korea. So Bandy is obviously not a real name. It says on the back, Bandy is the Korean word for firefly, a light that shines in the darkness. It is the pseudonym of an anonymous dissident writer still living in his homeland of North Korea. I don't know if these are all written by him or if he has like just assembled kind of other people's stories as well, or if this is just all his stories. I don't know. But it sounds really fascinating. It sounds like it's gonna be hard to read, so I'm kind of glad it's short stories so I can just like slowly digest them, move through them. But I'm really excited, and I'm sure it is gonna be very illuminating. And that is it for everything that I got in the recent weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please let me know in the comments which of these books sounds the most appealing to you, and also what book you currently are reading, because I want to know. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I upload videos every Tuesday and Friday, and you can head on over here to watch some that I've recently uploaded. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with another video. Have a lovely week. Bye!